What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are taking a look at the injury report from practice for the Detroit Lions and for the Washington football team. So let's get it started.
I got to shout out DoseOfDion, man, because it was actually the first time I went live on YouTube. And, guys don't know DoseOfDion. He put out a lot of good content for the Detroit Lions.
And welcome, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here. And yes, it is Wednesday. So it's officially #Wash Week.
Yeah, the colors! Oh, yeah! You guys want another rinse cycle? I'm buying.
Now tell me how sick that sounds, huh? No? It's kind of cool. I couldn't say football team week because just football team? Okay. Anyways, we're diving into the participation report for the Washington football team and for the Detroit Lions. And some big names on here, a lot of names to talk about, but keep in mind before we get into it, as always, it's Wednesday, so don't get too caught up in players that maybe didn't participate because it is only Wednesday. So, it's early in the week. Some guys are just resting. Maybe they're just taking it really slow just to make sure that they're healthy for game day. But there is a lot of names to talk about, so we're going to get right into it. So let's start off with Washington first. So if you're a Washington fan, hi. Let's start with your team first, okay? They have a couple players that did not participate. That is Kyle Allen, Dontrell Inman, Thomas Davis, and Antonio Gibson with a shoulder injury. Now, the big ones I'm pointing to there, one, Kyle Allen. That's a huge one. They started Alex Smith. They had Alex Smith come in last week against the New York Giants. And wow, am I a little worried about Alex Smith, okay? Look, our defensive game plan video will be coming out shortly after this one. But man, okay, Alex Smith, he's a threat. This dude is an absolute threat. I may want Kyle Allen to play over Alex Smith. I'm not going to lie. But then again, we are kind of good against mobile quarterbacks under Matt Patricia. So, I don't know. Either way, Alex Smith, he's a pretty big threat. That is their guy that will start if Kyle Allen cannot go. And with no participation on Wednesday, it's looking like that could be the possibility. Also, Antonio Gibson dealing with a shoulder injury. That's their running back. That's their guy aside from J.D. McKissick, who makes a lot of plays out of the backfield. That's their guy. But they did return their other running back, who I believe was on IR earlier, and that is Bryce Love. And they said he looked good. He looked quick. He looked explosive. And he was catching the ball in the backfield. He really emphasized catching the football. So that's something to keep an eye on, him catching the ball in the backfield. We know last week against the Vikings, that was a little rough.
To see him out there on the practice field running around. You saw his quickness. You saw his burst. He showed some good hands out of the backfield as well. Didn't use him in the passing game as much, which is a little bit of a surprise because he's got good hands.
But they're getting Bryce Love back. We don't know if he's going to play this weekend, but Antonio Gibson out with a shoulder injury. Come on, man. You know about Antonio Gibson. Do we really want to face that guy? Now, limited, they have Dustin Hopkins, who is their kicker, and Garon Christian, who's an offensive lineman with a knee injury. So, not a huge report for the Washington football team. Just some big names. Some big name right there. Quarterback Kyle Allen, that's a big name. Antonio Gibson, that's a big name. Dontrell Inman, that's a big name. So, some big names offensively for sure, but not super long. So, we'll see if that changed. We'll keep that updated during the week. And also, yes, like I said, keep in mind that Bryce Love did return to practice, and they also signed Tony Brown, a wide receiver, off of their practice squad, so maybe that has something to do with Dontrell Inman's injury. Now, moving on to the Lions side of things, which most of you guys came for, let's get to it. Kenny Galladay, still no participation, dealing with that hip injury. I don't know how serious it is, but I know IR is 3 weeks, and this is his second week, so we'll see if he can play this week, but who knows? I mean, I'm assuming he might be able to get back sooner than what IR would have been, otherwise you would have just put him on IR. But this is the second week, so we'll see if he can go. Keep in mind, it is only Wednesday, but no participation from Kenny Galladay. No participation from Everson Griffin, but it was not injury-related. I'm assuming it was a rest day, maybe something, personal. I don't know what it was exactly, but he's big. He's big because when we go to our game plan, you're going to see why. I really like Griffin for this matchup. Big V, no participation with a foot injury. Another name to keep an eye on there. We'll see how that progresses through the week. He had to start at the right guard spot last week with no Joe Dahl. Nick Williams, no participation, dealing with a shoulder injury. Nick Williams now won this. We know we have Deshaun Hand, but without Trey Flowers, we want as much depth as possible. Now we get to the players that were back in practice. That's Jamal Agnew. Jamal Agnew returned to limited participation with a rib injury that he suffered last week. He didn't play last weekend. Nice to get that speed back on offense, but I really like Jamal Agnew as punt returns, okay? Because I think me and you both know that we could have potentially had a huge return last week if Jamal Agnew was healthy. Plus, he'll be our kick returner as well, so we can see if he can get to go. Terrell Crosby, limited participation. These are starting right tackles. So, Big V and Terrell Crosby, you got to keep an eye on that. Guess what? Joe Dahl, limited participation with a back. That's kind of a good sign for Joe Dahl because he didn't play last weekend. So hopefully Joe Dahl can go. Same thing with Terrell Crosby. We don't want to lose all 3 of those guys, then we'll be in some trouble. But again, it's early in the week. We'll see how that progresses. Michael Ford, limited participation. Good to see. Christian Jones, limited participation with that knee injury. He's been questionable pretty much the whole year, but he finds a way to play. J-Ron Curse, limited participation with an ankle injury. Curse is another big player because I think he has a very important task against the Washington football team. So I just realized that I completely jumped over Jeffrey Okudah. I looked at his name and I said Danny Shelton. I'm sorry, Jeff A. Or Jeff A. I'm sorry. But anyways, Jeffrey Okudah, limited participation. We know he went out last week with an injury. Can we get 1 week where like all of our corners are healthy? That'd be great. Well, we really can't. Tony McRae's now on IR. So you don't want to lose Okudah. We got Trufant back. He looked good last week. Let's get healthy at corner. Hopefully Michael Ford can go, and hopefully Jeffrey Okudah can also play because it'd be nice to have that depth out there, which is a strength that we built this offseason. But unfortunately, it's had to deal with a lot of injuries. And also, Tony McRae, get better, man. Hopefully you get better soon. He might be out for the year, though. I don't know. Either way, let's get back to it. Danny Shelton, limited participation. He got to play last week. Hopefully he can play again. Tracy Walker, back in practice. Woo! That's what I like to see. We want T-Walk back, baby. Foot injury, limited participation. And finally, Matthew Stafford, full participation. They put neck. I don't know. Maybe he like rolled his neck or something waking up. I don't know. But it's full participation. Matthew Stafford's out there putting in work. So that's the Lions report. Yes, it is long. The names to keep an eye on there is just the offensive line, man. Just keep eye on that offensive line. And I'm telling you, Everson Griffin, don't know what it is. Hopefully he can play this weekend. And also J-Ron Curse. Those 2 guys are big. I really like Everson Griffin for this matchup. I really do. Trust me, I do. You'll see when we get to defense game plan. That video will be out next. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you guys think about the injury reports? And yeah, tomorrow we'll be back with our second update. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'm out. Are you kidding me right now? I had to put my helmet on for this one. Are you kidding? Look at this. Look at all these members. What? Yo, hey, shout out to all the members, man. Look how many All-Pro members there are. Like, literally, it's the whole screen, dog. This is crazy. The patrons, of course, the Hall of Fame members, man. Y'all got the gold color. It's kind of yellow, but it's supposed to be gold. Shout out to all the members, man. If you want to be a part of this, all you got to do is join the channel. But there are perks that come with it. Stay locked in the community tab if you are a member because that's where a lot of information comes out. I appreciate all of you. What?